I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine, and we know firsthand how a slip and fall accident can make you feel lost, leaving you with injuries, medical bills, and even the inability to work. That's why at Anajar and Levine, we're with you every step of the way, helping you get the best compensation possible. Call us at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation and take back control of your life.
My son was failing. It's very disheartening. Huntington has changed my son's life. Because of Huntington, my son now has straight A's and B's. It's priceless.
Huntington Learning Center. For tutoring and test prep, call 1-800-CAN-LEARN today.
This is South Florida's most watched morning news, Today in Florida. Now at 10.
Developing now, a death investigation taking place in Dania Beach. Also developing, 2 dead after bullets go flying inside a bar in Southwest Miami-Dade. We're live at both scenes. A police chase comes to a crashing stop, and the man police say was behind the wheel would end up behind bars. It's a story you saw first on 7. A young man struck on the street, and the driver who hit him just took...
But it's like he's trying to run a one-man band out there behind his seat, and he's coming. This is a make-or-break season for... He's got to make an impact. Good morning to all you beautiful people out there today. It is Monday the 3rd. We're back in action this morning. We're back in the studio, getting some stuff organized here in the other studio, getting a lot of other things obviously produced, put together, audio, sound. Everything is going to start rocking and rolling. I'm getting everything moving to the other direction. We just haven't gotten that studio yet. Some paperwork, contracts to be signed, all that kind of stuff. I got my headphones on today. I got to tell you something. With the headphones on, boy, it sounds good. It feels like you're in the game. I was explaining to some people out there with some stuff that I needed to get done over there. I finally got some stuff moving, so I apologize. We're not in that studio yet. If I have my headphones on today, looks a little crazy, but guess what? We're going to rock and roll. Good morning to all you beautiful people coming to the chat. DJ, Chrome, Nathan, Pimple, Mama, Candy, Annie, people coming into the chat right now. I appreciate you coming in live. We're talking about a lot of stuff today, people. We're talking about the big weekend that transpired, and a lot of people out there know a lot of things happened. Trump and Zelensky battle over war direction. And look, I'll be honest with you. This is like one of those things. You're watching Trump get in office. A lot of people are voting for Trump. Then a lot of people said, oh, I don't like Trump. A lot of different connections of people coming together. Some people getting more divided. But the question remains, Trump and Zelensky battle over a war direction. But I mean, realistically, who is in the wrong here? I mean, you got to look at both sides of the picture. You got to look at a country who's in absolute turmoil. You got to look at a country in America where people were like, look, we just want peace. We just want to get through this. We want to get past this. We want kind of the world to come together. That's what Trump's trying to do. I would imagine, right, and I don't have the crystal ball. I can't tell you everything that's going on. But what I can tell you is Trump is in that meeting. And what he said to Zelensky, what I got from the meeting was, look, we want peace. Your men are dying. Literally, your men are dying every single day. Not even just Ukraine's people. RB, good morning to you coming into the chat. More people coming to the live stream this morning. Welcome to the live. Listen, people. America knows that people are dying. The world knows people are dying. Russia knows people are dying. Ukraine knows people are dying. It comes to the principal point where we just got to put an end to the war. All these young, old, whatever. I'm not just trying to say it's the young people we're focusing on here. But we got to be real and call a spade a spade. You got people out there in that country of Russia, right, and out there in Ukraine that are dying for things that they probably don't even believe in. Now, a lot of them are like, we're just supporting our country, right? If we're in America here and shit pops off, we got to get out there and get it done. As men, yes. But I don't think they really understand what's actually going on. I don't think these people out there at 17, 18, 19 years old are walking around on that land and really understanding the reality of what's going on. Like, they're out there at cold blood war over, obviously, Putin invades Ukraine. And I honestly believe that, whether he believes this for the right reasons or not, that was just obviously absurd. And the whole world knows it's absurd. So they want to stop that. But the problem is now Zelensky is getting hot to trot. Why? Because he was given so much from other nations and a lot from the America. right? From the Americans have a lot, and I'm not saying me personally, but yes, I pay taxes. So obviously, our country has given so much to Ukraine to be helpful. And God, listen, we want them to be successful so their land doesn't get taken. We want that to end. But the reality is, Zelensky now is like hot to try. He's like, my country's doing better. He's like, we're strong, we're tough. We've overcome some obstacles due to the fact that our nation, more than anybody, has given them so much to be successful, against Putin and Russia. And that's why right now, we got some concerns right now, people. We got some honest concerns. When I take a look at Zelensky sitting up there, having that interview, you guys are watching right now, who is in the wrong? In the chat right now. Who's in the wrong? Trump or Zelensky? When you watch this, and here's what bothers me the most. Everybody in this live stream, I'm sure we want people to be free. We want people at peace, right? We want Russia, Ukraine, stop the bullshit. Let's get back to life. We got Russians, Ukrainians traveling, coming to the U.S. People are going over there. We want the world to kind of go in a circle, and enjoy good times. Being that it's like a war over there, people don't even know what to do. Like, it's the most concerning thing. And when you see a Russian literally in Miami and walk around and see a Russian, and you don't want to bring it up. You're like, hey, what's going on? And I don't want to make it comedy, but what's going on over there? And he tries to give you their input. No one knows what's going on. We're over here seeing the crazy shit happening, and we're just as confused as everybody else. And Zelensky sits in the White House and actually, look, I'll be honest, had the audacity to really start getting mouthy with Trump and Vance. And I think that's a problem. And I think Trump said, look, we want to create peace over there. So how do we stop it? How do we stop it? Obviously, Trump's dealing with Putin, having a conversation with Putin, want to get an end to that, wants to stop the whole shit going on. And then Zelensky's like, no, I don't want to stop because I want to win the war. So Zelensky's basically trying to win the war. And I'll be honest, this is what I'm getting from it. A man has been empowered drastically. We'll get to that in a second on what's going on. But for just a quick topic here, is Zelensky making his country suffer? Now, from the start of this, I believe Zelensky was like a war hero. I'm like, this man is, he's got his country coming together. They fought back. And I was like excited that they fought back. I thought that he really was giving his nation, like, look at me, man. I'm going to be stand up for you guys. And he did. I actually believed in everything that he was doing. I was all for that. I'll be honest. From the start all the way up until the other day, I said, Zelensky is the man for the job. He's out there. He's not scared of shit. He's getting out there. His own people in Ukraine are fighting for his land, their land, sorry. And those people are tough as nails. We're not talking about just military people. If you look at the news, see military people out there. These are people like you and I just hanging out, taking kids to school, right? Athletes or not. And then a war is popping off and you got to decide, are we leaving our country, leaving our stuff behind? We're just moving out, or are we going to fight back and win our territory? That's it. Look, that's a big question. You got these families, you got these women that leave with their children. You got those grown men out there staying behind, fighting and dying in this war. And then you have children, 18, 19, 20, literally staying there fighting and dying in the war and younger than that. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And so the question is Zelensky making his country suffer by getting to a big argument with Donald Trump in the White House? Some people would say that this is a massive issue. Because instead of continuing that war hero, that protege of a person, like, man, this guy has become this guy who's now a mentor and a world-renowned leader. It's like, now, is he taking it too far? Is he taking it too far? Is Zelensky taking it too far when he's sitting with Donald Trump in a meeting with a country that has given you so much shit, billions of dollars, so much money, tanks, military weapons, aircraft, whatever the case may be. And he said on there, he's like, look, Obama didn't give you anything. I'm giving you all the best. What I'm saying is, do you think that Zelensky now is making, yes or no in the chat? If you're watching this live, I know we haven't been live on here in a while on our YouTube production here with all the cameras and all that. So we're bringing that back live every morning. I want to make sure you guys know that our studio is almost done with guests and all that coming on the show. You're going to love that. And we also have a whole streaming. In a second, I'm going to tell you about the gaming streaming platform that's coming to the show that you guys are going to love. It's going to expand this network. Awesome. What I want to know is, do you think in the chat, yes or no, is Zelensky making his country suffer? Because when they're coming together and everyone's talking, trying to put together a peace agreement, Zelensky might not really love the agreement, to be honest. He might say, look, I don't love the agreement, but Your men are dying. Like Donald Trump got up there and said, your men are dying. Do you understand that your men are dying on a daily basis? It's not that important as much. Your men, your young men, your old men, your women, your people on your land, animals, your crops, your buildings, this shit is going down. Russia is slowly taking over the war because, we have given them so much that it's like there's a leaking faucet right now. And that leaking faucet has to get fixed. That leaking faucet has to get fixed eventually. And right now, that's the biggest question. Is it going to be fixed now, or is Zelensky going to continue this, I'm a hero, I'm going to keep going, These people there really need a chance to obviously get back to their normal life, like get back to their normal operation of life, and that's the problem. They're suffering over there. All those innocent people that left that country to flee around over to Poland and everywhere else want to get back home, and they can't because the war is still going on. And obviously, like I said, from the start, I loved what Zelensky was doing. And now I have a problem with it because now I see the issue that they're having. If you're in the chat right now, let me know who's wrong. Be honest in the chat. Do you think Trump is like, look, we got to put an end to this shit right now. So I don't care. We got to stop the war right now. Peace, whatever, come together, tariffs, whatever we got to do to make it work. Do you think that's right? Or do you think Zelensky's right to continue this war for a long period of time? Like it's been going on for years. Like the shit has to stop. People are dying. Russian troops are dying also. But I will tell you this. People were like, Russia is this massive military setup and they couldn't even take out Ukraine fast. I honestly believe if they want to take out Ukraine quick, they can. Right? Like, I don't think they're as powerful as people thought, but if they want to take out Ukraine right now, I believe they can. But it's like, is Zelensky making them suffer by not coming to the peace agreement and making this happen? That's a question right now. Did Joe Biden cripple Ukraine by giving so much? Did Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, did they cripple Ukraine by giving them so much? Because now that they've given them so much, literally so much money and power and all this over there for a temporary fix. This was temporary. Guys, this situation that Ukraine has is temporary until the U.S. goes, your lifeline's off. That's how long they got it for. You can look around all the other leaders that are helping out. You can look around all the people that, America's out there working together, all the allies. You can say we can come together, we can help. If America backs out, Ukraine is in absolute turmoil. You guys agree with that right now? Without America, what happens to Ukraine? Without America, guys, in the chat, we got to get more active in here. People watching this live, we're going to get more people in here. When I get this thing rock and rolling on a daily basis with all the interview people, it's going to be rocking in here. In the chat, we got to work together. Do you, literally, in the chat, what is Ukraine without America? And I mean that with respect. I'm not saying that against Ukraine. I'm just saying, what is Ukraine without America giving so much? And obviously, it's, we know the reason, and we want to make sure that we fix the situation. Allies work together. We have a spot over there. We want to make sure that they come together. The peace agreement gets signed. I get that, but it's just like Joe Biden and, Kamala Harris, did they cripple them by giving them so much? Right? And that's the question that people are talking about, like giving and giving, trying to create world peace and create world peace. You're giving to obviously so much Ukraine, and guess what? Russia knows you're giving it to Ukraine. Russia's not happy that we're giving it to Ukraine. So we're just creating these enemies all around the clock, but something has to stop. And so Donald Trump steps in, and when Donald Trump steps in, he goes, look, we got to figure this out now. And Zelensky just doesn't want to put an end to this like I think a lot of other people do. And look, I'm not saying that he's not someone from the start. And I was bragging about him. Like, this guy's a hero. Like, Zelensky's out there as a hero. He's out there, standing up for his country. He didn't back down. He didn't leave his country behind. He stayed there. He had an office there. Most of these world leaders would leave there and kind of do that battle from afar. He stayed in Ukraine, had his people fighting. He got the morale going. All the allies came in. All of America came in, brought them so much. And now it becomes a point in time where you say, okay, Zelensky, the conversation that they had that's sitting at this table right here, it was more about them actually coming together and saying, look, we just got to stop the war. At whatever we got to do right now, he's looking at Zelensky going, look, we just got to stop the war. And he's like, you haven't even thanked us. I know that Ukraine is thankful, right? But the reality is Vance was in there. Did you see how Vance got heated in that meeting? Did you guys see Vance, military guy, step up there and go, whoa, Vance was not happy about this. And I'm just saying, look, I'm very blessed, as a lot of you guys in this chat are blessed, that we're born in this country. We're based here. If you've come here, if you're an immigrant here, whatever the case may be, if you weren't born here, you moved here, you're a part of an amazing country. Because you know what? We have one hell of a military. We have one hell of a military backing that we're pretty damn safe over here. But in the last several years, it didn't feel like that. In the last several years, it didn't feel like we were the U.S. military that we have been for a long period of time. And now I believe the U.S. is back. And I think Trump says, look, I don't care about any of that. What I care about right now is ending this war, moving on, getting this shit done. And literally Zelensky right now, he could potentially put his country at a massive risk if Trump goes, you know what? We're backing down. Go fight your war. It would be absolutely crazy. It would be absolutely crazy if you're watching this live right now. Yes or no? Do you agree with me? Yes or no? It would be absolutely crazy for Ukraine and Zelensky if America goes, we're going to step down. You go out there and handle that war by yourself. We're not going to worry about it anymore. You go ahead. Do you know how fast that war would be over? That war would be over in 48 hours. If U.S. backs out, this war is over in 48 hours, and we just have given so much money to Ukraine for no freaking reason. And everyone's dying over there. And that's the problem that I'm seeing right now. Now, who is currently winning who's winning the war right now? Who's currently winning the war? Like literally, when you're looking at it, who's winning the war? Even with the help, like when Zelensky's face, I mean, you could see it says it all. Like he's going over there. This is real, people. Like this is reality. A lot of people that go on there and watch the news, we could say, you know what? Yeah, it's bad. You know, it's bad. But what's the reality of that war? Right? Like what's actually going on? Like it's so easy for us and anybody around the world to put on the YouTube, right? And just be like, man, the war's going on. People are watching this live. It's crazy. And there's a real war going on. It's easy for us to just listen, like literally watch that on the news or put it on and hear it. These people are really fighting for their lives, walk around. Like you can't just get a loaf of bread. Like you are literally doing the normal things that you would want to do don't happen like that. Schools get blown up, churches getting blown up, buildings getting hit with missiles. People are dying randomly every single day. This isn't like one of those things where, you know, we talk about it and it's not really happening. Like people are getting blown up over there on a daily basis. And that is the problem that today we can't live through it like these, you know, these innocent, and it's sad, but these people are dealing with this. And Zelensky has an opportunity right now to work with Trump. He has an opportunity right now to work with Donald Trump and get this stuff under control. And I just don't think, to be honest, that he's ready to do that. I think right now, and if you look at it, what Zelensky was saying the whole time was, you know, basically like, no, we can win this war. Like Zelensky's focusing on winning the war because he got empowered by all the stuff U.S. was sending, all these other countries and allies were sending. They didn't have anything, right? They didn't have anything. And then now they've been completely empowered. And once they've gotten empowered by all these people, Zelensky stood up even more. And now he doesn't want to take a back seat. And he also knows that if America doesn't continue to help, we really help for no reason. If America doesn't continue to help right now in the worst of it, that just means that we actually helped from the start for no apparent reason, because we donated all this money, and not just money, material, whether it's tanks, air control, like different technology, like warcraft shit, like things that you could win a war with is what we donated. And if we stop the war now, if we stop supporting, then all those people that were killed in Russia, all those people that were killed in Ukraine was just a whole bunch of bullshit. And that's what Zelensky has to stop and think about right now. He's got to stop and think right now, okay, we got to end this war. Not sit there and argue with Trump and Vance in the White House. Sorry, point this way. He's on this side of the damn screen. You know, he literally has to think about the reality of what's going on and not think about, hey, we can actually do this. If we come together, we can actually do this. Yeah, no shit. If America comes over there and supports you and brings you more shit, yeah, you can do this. But again, it's at the risk. It's at the risk of another freaking World War III. It's at the risk of China possibly now invading Taiwan, because we can't go over and help that out. Then you got Russia over here that's coming across all different borders. Then you got America fighting Russia in a war. It's just all this shit's happening, preparing for World War III. If we don't get peace done in this whole situation, there's going to be big problems. And that's the reality. I appreciate you guys coming to the chat today, because let me tell you something. Have it on here live on this set. I've been going in the vertical format. For some reason, all these people running there, and the horizontal format, we got to get that pushing on here. And I want to tell you something so you guys understand. People that are coming into the live stream, watching this live, we're going to be live on here talking about this stuff. I'm going to finish up here in a second, but just want to take a break to tell you something. We have the live streams going today and later on in the live stream gaming as well, with a whole playlist of gaming. You're going to see live games on here, live on this actual channel, live streaming, another platform, another computer system, live, right on here, playing against live celebrities and guests on the show. Just to let you guys know that while you guys are rocking and rolling here, because you're going to see a whole new update. You're going to see all of a sudden, you're going to log in and go, whoa, he's playing live on a game right now? Call of Duty, right? And I hate to compare it, but Call of Duty, you play that and you listen to this show, that's what's going on over there. People are literally going over there with massive guns, machinery, tanks, cruising through open land. They have land over there in Russia, okay? They have land over there. And in that land, okay, it goes for miles and miles and miles, and bullets can travel a lot further than you think. They could shoot a gun, bang, and it shoots all the way across, miles and miles and miles, striking targets on both sides. Can you imagine? Think about this for a second. Can you imagine you're out there walking across the field? I'm going to put it in perspective for you guys to understand. Can you imagine you're out there walking and you're in a wide open field? You can't even see people. And people are getting picked off from distances that you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. People are getting picked. That's why they have to hide in those little bunkers, right? They dig a hole, a little trench, right? They have to dig a trench, and they get down there, 4, 5, 6 foot trenches, and they sit in there and they watch for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And then they make advancements and they dig a whole new system and they get down in there and they wait for hours and hours and hours and sit there. And listen, this is all going on based off land. Russia wants to get the land back. They don't want America over there obviously operating out of a location right by them. The allies are coming together, helping Ukraine. This has to eventually come to some sort of closure. And it doesn't seem like Zelensky wants to do that. And that is why when I say that he's making them suffer, it's not because he didn't have a good idea from the start. It's not that he wasn't, someone from the start who wanted to make his country tough, someone who wanted to stand up for his nation, someone who get out there and do what anybody in the right mind should do. And his family's probably like a bullseye's on his back. I'll tell you, like I said from the start, I was like, I love it. I love the personality of what he's doing. But now, years and years and years, it's time to make some decisions to get away from this shit, to be honest. And when I take a look at what he's doing on a daily basis, and when he walks in the White House, when you see him in the White House, standing here with Trump, and you're like, man, he's sitting there with Trump, he's sitting there with J.D. Vance, and he's going to sit there and he's actually going to argue in the White House on live TV with the country that's supporting you and giving you so much. That is like the worst thing that you can possibly do. That is the worst thing that you can possibly do. LaToya, welcome to the Mesa Mob. We greatly appreciate you. We greatly appreciate you. And I got my buttons over here.
Make some noise!
I still got my buttons in here, LaToya. We greatly appreciate you coming to the live stream again, joining the Mesa Mob. A lot of people, we're live on here every single day. I go to the vertical format. You'll see me in the car. You'll see me in the house. You'll see me not on the studio sometimes because we're doing a lot of rebuilding. Everyone in the chat put welcome right there. Pimple Mom, we love and appreciate you. This is going to take off here in a minute. We got a lot of things that we're doing to make sure that people can see, obviously, the consistency of the show and people coming into the building. And you're going to see us live right here, just like this, just to give you an example. Live right here as you see it with a lot of people that are going to be sitting around the table having a good conversation. I greatly appreciate you. And LaToya, we appreciate you. Welcome to the freaking Mesa Mob. Chrome, how you doing? Let me look here. Brittany's in here. Brenda, how you doing? RB is in the chat. Annie, are you still in here with us? Nathan, how you doing? Whoever's in the live stream right now, coming to the chat. Candy, join us again today. How are you doing? DJ, where are you guys at in the chat right now? Put where you guys are based. Let people know where you guys are based right now in the live stream as we're moving on, getting people. Listen, A lot of people called me and said, hey, you're not live in the morning. I know. I've been going, like I said, I've been going live on the vertical on the format on my phone like this because it's been sharing and doing a lot of stuff throughout YouTube, building that and getting all that stuff going. I had to recreate and reset up the branding of this so all the operations are going to come correct back into the live stream. You guys are going to love what we're doing. It just took a little bit of time, a lot more than I actually wanted to. And we're signing some deals here in downtown Miami with a studio, a full studio build out with 3 different setups in there where we have gaming, live streaming, got the live show in the morning. And I'm going to be playing people live here. I'm going to be playing people live on the show just like this. You're going to see me down in the corner of the screen and you're going to see the game running. And I'm going to be talking shit in there. And I'm telling you right now, I'm good at Madden. People are like, I'm going to play. We're going to do that. You're going to see a lot of people coming on the show. It's going to be very interesting, very entertaining. I can't wait to add some of this. I just want to say I appreciate all you guys that are coming to the chat right now. I'll get back to what I've been talking about here. But look, Zelensky, I like what Zelensky is feeling in his mind. I like that he's like, I want to win. I love that he's he's someone who is a leader. He's someone who is a mentor. He's someone that I believe people looked up to for a long time. But now I really think that it's time for Zelensky to say, look, we got as far as we can get at this moment with the war situation, unless we just start really using a lot of airstrikes and it starts to get violent. And if you do more airstrikes and more shit that starts happening, and if the U.S. is involved, guess what? It's going to drive a lot of concerns, people. A lot of concerns and a lot of problems are going to show up, and you're going to see World War III, and we don't want that. And I think Trump knows that. I think Trump knows it's time to put an end to this war, and I think that Trump is now like, hey, look, it's time. It's time. And I'm going to say one more thing before I get into the next piece that you guys got to see here. Donald Trump puts America first. Do people have a problem with that? And what I mean by that is, he's telling them, we've helped out so much. It's a leaking faucet. We're coming to the end here. We're coming to the end of the road here. He puts America first. And I'll tell you this. I don't care if you love him or hate him. A lot of people, you might say he did this, or he's against immigrants, or he's a racist. You could say whatever you want to say. And I'm not going to say that nothing is true or nothing is false. What I'm here to tell you is, when he steps in the office, though, the country has respect from other countries. When he steps in office, though, we feel like our schools are going to get better. When he steps in office, though, men can't participate in women's sports. When he steps in office, though, our country gets stronger. Our country, you can feel the energy. There's good and bad things that happen. Elon Musk in there throws a wrench in the game for some people. But at the end of the day, they want America to grow and be the best nation. And it isn't to cause problems. It's just to be the best. And I think a lot of people, if you look on the Democrat side, it's like, well, it's a problem because they thought that he was mean to Zelensky. I'm like, mean to Zelensky? Mean to Zelensky? He was up there talking to him saying, look, we got to end the war. We want peace. Like, did you hear the conversation? You think Vance is a bad person? An ex-military guy sitting in office saying, hey, let's create peace here? You think these are bad people? Look, in my mind, it's very frustrating and it's hard to hear that. But that's the reality right now. You got people on both sides. So now that I wanted to break that down, I'm going to break down the show real quick. People watching this live. If you got this far, thank you. What's going to happen is you're going to see me live in the morning, every morning like this, talking on the show with live guests. You're going to see that. Then you're going to have vertical formats on all the social medias. We're going to be live and across all platforms. That's almost done. I have all these formats. Crazy for video footage and audio. To build all this and put it together is a lot more than I ever thought. But anyway, that's almost done. That stuff gets built out. And then we have the live gaming studio. And I see Nathan said he's going to put 70 on me in Madden. Nathan, you're the first person I'm playing on Madden. Everybody's going to watch that. It is going to be an absolute obliteration. Just so you know. It is going to be an absolute obliteration on there. I cannot wait to play that game against you. Nathan, you got to send me your gamer tag, your username, whatever you want to call it. Send it to me. It's on Xbox. Make sure you're there. I will play against you live on this platform. So just so you guys know, you will see the live show like this. You will see vertical formats that are going at the same time on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, all that. And then I will have every freaking day, every other day, we'll be live streaming, having the game on here, Madden, all that, Call of Duty, all that will be live on there. People to say it'll be another playlist If you go on our YouTube channel, you'll see all the stuff like, what's going on, the latest in NFL, the latest in NBA, and then you'll have a gamer stream situation right there, which is, just so you know, it's one of the biggest things in the world right now is streaming live. So played my whole life. So we're going to add that to the show. You guys are going to love that situation. It's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate all you guys coming into the chat right now. I appreciate the opportunity to connect with everybody. And I do, realistically, I appreciate the opportunity that you guys stick around as we're expanding it and building it. Because as this grows and grows and grows, you guys are going to get a chance to see what's actually going on. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I love and appreciate you guys. I just want to jump on here and share this conversation. I thought a lot of people that witnessed this over the weekend, a lot of people are like, what the hell's going on with this world? Right? Like realistically, a lot of people came on here. Yeah, if you're watching this live, tell them, Brenda, smack that like button for us. If you're joining the live right now, hit that like button. Look, I watched the interview and I watched when he sat down with Zelensky multiple times. And I literally saw a nation that wants to help Ukraine, but they want to put an end to the war. Trump is talking to Putin, I'm sure, as Trump is talking to Zelensky. And it's not that, he wants Ukraine to be a failure in this or to lose in this, but to come up with a situation that's going to work so the world can stop shooting and blazing and aircraft. We're also spending a lot of money sending it to Ukraine. Like, we want that to stop, the bleeding to stop from our side. We want Ukraine to stop bleeding, losing their men and women and innocent people and lives and buildings and construction. It's just bad. And then Russia. We don't say enough about Russia, but Russia's losing a lot of people too. Like, Russia's losing a lot of people too. People want this war to end. I think a lot of people that are watching this right now agree. I don't think many people can even disagree with the fact that the whole situation for years is extremely destructive, and it's disheartening for a lot of people. Guys, thank you for joining the show this morning. I love and appreciate you guys. Smack the like button on the way out and get ready. There's some awesome opportunities coming your way for people that are live in our show right now. A lot of people that come here all the time. Latoya, we appreciate you. DJ, make sure you're here every day at 10 o'clock. Brenda, Nathan, Scott, we greatly appreciate you. Scott said, what does Trump and Joe Biden have in common? They both have to clean up behind Joe Biden. Scott, I didn't even read that tonight. We got to get it going, guys, in the chat. We'll get it more interactive. I promise you that as we get it live and more things going in this situation on the live stream. I'll make sure that we get that going. And yes, we will close that poll. People that are coming to the building right now. Look, it's going to get really crazy in here. We have the NBA around the corner, NBA playoffs. We're going to be rocking and rolling for some of those games live right here. We had a lot of people last year. I'm talking thousands and thousands and thousands of people in our streams, obviously, for the games. We'll be live right here for some playoff games, especially the biggest ones. And you'll be here live watching Lakers. There's going to be a lot of people for those games live right here on the platform. So make sure you guys are doing that. Subscribe to the channel if you just joined and join the Mason Mob, become part of our show, because when you get ready to see the excitement of what we're doing, I thought it was going to be like 30 days we're going to be in the studio. And I went through all this production and stuff. I said, holy shit, there's a lot going on negotiated for the studio. The space, the size, the arrangements, setting it up. My guy's ready to go set the whole damn thing up. And I had to come to some conclusions on some things. And I'll give a date here soon of when we'll be live in the real studio here, having a good time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. I'll be on the vertical format probably tomorrow, going back and forth from horizontal to vertical until we merge it together. Well, eventually it will be vertical and horizontal at the same time across all platforms. It just takes a lot more, like I said, than I ever thought to do that. So I greatly appreciate you, and I will see all of you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Make sure you guys have a great rest of your day. It's Monday. Get through it. If you guys want to reach out to me on all social media, you can do that. If you're not on the Mason Mob on Instagram, guys, go on Instagram and go to my page, and in the profile says Mason Mob. Click that and go in that. You just join it. It's free. You're a part of the daily conversation. Do that. As you guys see, more people are going to start joining in there. There's going to be 100 people soon, 200 people are going to start moving, and you're going to see this whole situation explode. I greatly appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Have a great rest of your day.
This is from his brother and family. I want to read to you the statement that we're getting. It says, Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart releasing the following statement alongside members of his family following the passing of his brother, the Honorable Lincoln Diaz-Balart. It's with great sorrow, they say, that we announce the passing of Lincoln Diaz-Balart. This was a Cuban-American attorney and politician, very well known to the South Florida community. He is survived by his wife, they described a soulmate of 48 years, Christina, his son Daniel, and daughter-in-law Estefania, grandchildren Lincoln, Daniel, and Edwin Rafael, brothers, and a whole long list of family and friends here in South Florida. They say, quote, "We will miss him infinitely." Now, we do not know the cause of death. This is coming to a surprise to many of us here. It is unclear what exactly happened here, but we are getting word that Cuban-American attorney and politician Lincoln Diaz